A flight attendant dumps water on a black pregnant woman, deliberately. In a moment of anger, she humiliates a stranger in front of everyone. The video goes viral. Her life is destroyed. But what she doesn't know is that this woman isn't just any passenger. She's the wife of a reformed Mafia boss, a man with the power to make her disappear. The world waits for revenge, for justice, for consequences. But instead of destroying her, they do something no one saw coming. They forgive her. They offer her a second chance. And when the pregnant woman goes into emergency labor with no one else to help, the flight attendant must make a choice that will change everything. Can grace really transform the person who hurt you? Will this act of mercy heal them both? Or is there a darker truth waiting to surface? And when the moment comes to save a life, will she have the courage to become someone she never thought she could be? The break room smells like burnt coffee and exhaustion. I'm standing at the mirror, pinning my name tag to my uniform. My hands shake slightly. They always do these days. Sarah Monroe, flight attendant, 48 years old and counting down. You okay, Sarah? Lisa asks from behind me. Fine, I say. She doesn't believe me. I can see it in her reflection, but she's kind enough not to push. I grab my bag and head toward the gate. The airport hums around me. Thousands of people moving, going somewhere, coming from somewhere, all of them with lives more interesting than mine. My supervisor catches me at gate 14. Margaret. She's holding a clipboard. Sarah, we need to talk, she says. Sarah felt tired, bone-deep tired. What now? I ask. There have been complaints, Margaret says. Her voice is careful. 3 passengers last week mentioned your attitude. My attitude is fine. Is it? She looks at me over her glasses. Because the reports say otherwise. My chest tightened. I know what's coming. Keep it together today, Margaret says. Please. I don't want to have this conversation again. She walks away before I can respond. I stand there for a moment. The gate area stretches out before me. Rows of seats filled with waiting passengers. All of them expecting something from me. Smile. Serve. Don't break. Just one more flight. I walk to the gate desk and check the passenger manifest. New York to Miami. 2 hours and 40 minutes. I can do this. The gate agent gives me a sympathetic look. Everyone knows I'm on thin ice. It'll be fine, she says. I nod. I don't believe her either. The boarding process begins. First-class passengers move through the jetway. I position myself at the aircraft door. My smile is automatic now. Practiced. Empty. Welcome aboard, I say. Good morning, I say. Welcome aboard, I say again. The words blur together. Faces pass. No one really sees me. I'm part of the machinery. Then she appears. A black woman in her mid-30s. Visibly pregnant. Her dress is elegant but comfortable. Her face shows quiet dignity. She's struggling with a carry-on bag. It's clearly too heavy. Excuse me, she says. Her voice is soft. Could you help me with this? I look at the bag, then at her. Something in me resists. I'm sorry, I say. That's against policy. You'll need to check it. It's not against policy. Not really. But the words come out anyway. Her eyes found mine. There's no anger there. Just surprise. Oh, she says. I didn't realize. Lisa appears beside me. She sees the situation immediately. I'll help you, Lisa says. She takes the bag easily. Let me stow this overhead for you. The woman smiles at Lisa. Thank you so much. She glances back at me. Still no anger. Just a quiet acceptance that stings worse than any accusation. Thank you anyway, she says to me. Then she moves down the aisle toward her seat. 2A, first class. Sarah felt something shift in her chest. Guilt, maybe. Or shame. But I push it down. I've gotten good at that. The rest of the passengers board. The usual chaos, overhead bins, seat assignments, questions about snacks and Wi-Fi. I go through the motions. Safety demonstration, seatbelt check, smile when necessary. The pregnant woman sits quietly in 2A. She's reading a book. Her hand rests on her belly occasionally. I avoid looking at her. The plane pushes back from the gate. Engines roar to life. We taxi toward the runway. I buckle into my jump seat. Close my eyes for just a moment. Michael's face appears in my mind. Unbidden. Unwanted. His laugh. The way his eyes crinkled at the corners. The phone call 6 years ago. The police officer's voice. "Mrs. Monroe, there's been an accident." My breath caught. Even now, even after all this time. The plane lifts off. I feel the familiar sensation of leaving the ground, but I never really leave anything behind. We reach cruising altitude 40 minutes later. The seatbelt sign chimes off. Time to work. I grab the beverage cart and start down the aisle. First class gets service first. The pregnant woman looks up as I approach. She smiles slightly. "Just water, please?" she says. I pour it without speaking. Hand her the cup. "Thank you," she says. I nod and move on, but something's building inside me. A pressure I can't name. It's been building for years. Grief, anger, exhaustion, all of it mixed together. 3 rows back, a group of men are laughing too loudly. They've been drinking since boarding. One of them calls out, "Hey, sweetheart, how about some more of those peanuts?" Sarah felt her jaw tighten. "I'll be right with you, sir," I say. My voice sounds strange, too sharp. I finish the beverage service and return to the galley. My hands are shaking again. Lisa notices. "You should take a break." "I'm fine." "Sarah," I said, "I'm fine." The call button chimes. Seat 2A. The pregnant woman. I close my eyes briefly, then head down the aisle. She looks up apologetically. "I'm sorry." The button stuck. "I didn't mean to." The button chimes again. She tries to stop it. "It's broken, I think," she says. "I'm really sorry." Something inside me cracks. "Maybe if you weren't pressing it constantly," I say. The words come out cold, harsh. Her eyes widened. "I didn't mean to bother you. Everyone bothers me," I say. Then the plane shudders. Turbulence. The seatbelt sign chimes on. The captain's voice comes over the speaker. "Flight attendants, please take your seats." I turn to go back to the galley, but the turbulence hits harder. The plane drops suddenly. I grab the nearest seat back. The cup of water on my cart tips. Time slows down. I watch the water spill. It would hit the floor. That's what should happen. But something in me decides differently. I grab the cup, catch it before it falls completely, and I pour it. Deliberately. Intentionally. Right onto the pregnant woman's lap. She gasps. The water soaks through her dress. Other passengers turn. Someone screams slightly at the turbulence. But several people saw what I did. Their faces show shock. The woman looks up at me. Her expression is one of pure disbelief. "Why would you—" she starts. "Maybe next time you'll think twice about constantly pressing the call button," I say. Then I storm back to the galley. My heart is pounding. My hands won't stop shaking. Sarah's breath caught. What have I just done? The turbulence passes. The flight continues. But everything feels different. Lisa stares at me in horror. "Sarah, did you just—" "Don't," I say. I can't look at her. Can't face what I've become. The rest of the flight passes in a blur. Passengers whisper. Some take out their phones. I see them recording. Typing. The pregnant woman changes her dress in the bathroom. When she returns to her seat, she's calm. Composed. That makes it worse somehow. We land in Miami. Passengers deplane. The pregnant woman walks past me without a word. Her silence is louder than any accusation. Margaret is waiting at the gate. Her face is stone. "My office. Now." I follow her through the terminal. Airport employees stare. They already know. In her office, Margaret pulls up her phone. Shows me a video. It's me, pouring water on a pregnant woman. The angle is clear. The intent is obvious. "Sarah," Margaret says. Her voice is quiet, almost sad. "What were you thinking?" "I don't know." "That's not good enough." She's right. It's not. "The airline is suspending you pending a full investigation," Margaret says. "Effective immediately. Turn in your badge." I unpin it slowly. "Sarah Monroe, flight attendant." "Not anymore." I hand it over. Margaret takes it without looking at me. "Go home, Sarah," she says. "We'll be in touch." The walk through the airport is endless. Every screen seems to show my face. Every whisper seems to be about me. I make it to my car, sit in the driver's seat, stare at nothing. My phone buzzes, text messages, emails, all from numbers I don't recognize. I open social media. My name is trending. The video is everywhere. Hundreds of thousands of views. Millions, maybe. The comments are brutal. Racist. Heartless. She deserves to lose her job. Who pours water on a pregnant woman? Sarah felt sick. I drive home. My apartment is small, empty, just me and memories I can't escape. I collapse on the couch. Turn on the TV to distract myself, but the news is playing, and there's my face again. Breaking news, the anchor says. A flight attendant has been suspended after a viral video shows her deliberately pouring water on a pregnant passenger. I reach for the remote, but something stops me. However, the anchor continues, there's more to this story. The woman in question has been identified. The screen changes, shows a different video, a charity event. A beautiful black woman standing next to a tall, imposing man, the pregnant woman from the plane, Amara Daniels, the anchor says, wife of reformed organized crime figure turned philanthropist, Dominic Daniels. My stomach drops. The Daniels run one of the largest charitable foundations in the country, the anchor continues. They work primarily with at-risk youth and families affected by incarceration. More footage plays. The couple at schools, homeless shelters, community centers. They look genuine, kind. Dominic Daniels served 8 years in federal prison before his release and reformation 5 years ago, the anchor says. The screen shows the man more clearly. His face is strong, his presence commanding. Even through the TV, I can feel his power. So far, neither Mr. nor Mrs. Daniels has commented on the incident, the anchor finishes. I turn off the TV. The silence in my apartment is deafening. I sink to the floor, press my back against the couch. Oh, God, I whisper. What have I done? The night passes slowly. I don't sleep, can't eat. Every time I close my eyes, I see her face. The shock, the hurt, and I poured water on her, on purpose, on a pregnant woman, on someone who helps people for a living. Sarah felt something tighten in her chest. Shame, pure and suffocating. Morning comes. My phone rings. Unknown number. I answer anyway. Maybe it's the airline. Maybe it's my lawyer. Ms. Monroe? A woman's voice. Professional. This is Elaine Foster from HR. I need to inform you of a development. Okay. Mr. and Mrs. Daniels have not pressed charges against you, she says. Relief floods through me, then suspicion. However, Elaine continues, Mr. Daniels has personally requested a meeting with you, to talk, as he put it, things through. A meeting? At the Daniels Foundation building, tomorrow morning at 10. My hands start shaking again. What if I don't go? That's your choice, Elaine says. Her voice is careful. But Mr. Daniels was very clear. He wants to speak with you, personally. The call ends. I sit with the phone in my lap. A Mafia boss wants to meet me, even a reformed one. I call my sister. Ruth answers on the third ring. Have you seen the news? She asks immediately. Yes. Sarah, what were you thinking? I don't know, Ruth. I really don't know. Are you okay? Her voice softens. Are you safe? They want to meet with me, I say. The couple. Tomorrow. The silence stretched. Don't go, Ruth finally says. It's a trap. It has to be. Maybe. Sarah, this man was in the Mafia. Do you understand what that means? He's reformed, I say weakly. Nobody reforms from that, Ruth says. Not really. They're going to hurt you. They didn't press charges. That doesn't mean anything. Please don't go. But something in me knows I have to. I owe them that much at least. I'll be careful, I say. Ruth sighs. You're going anyway, aren't you? Yes. Then call me as soon as you're out. Promise me. I promise. That night, I barely sleep. Morning comes too quickly. I dress carefully. Simple clothes. Nothing flashy. The Daniels Foundation building is downtown. Modern glass and steel. It looks professional, safe. I park in the visitor lot. Sit in my car for a moment. Sarah's breath caught. This is it. I walk inside. The lobby is beautiful. Warm lighting. Photos on the walls of smiling children. Happy families. A receptionist greets me. You must be Sarah Monroe. I nod. Mr. Daniels is expecting you. 3rd floor, suite 301. The elevator ride feels eternal. My heart pounds with each floor. The doors open. I step into a hallway. See the suite number. I knock. Come in, a deep voice calls. I open the door. The office is spacious but not ostentatious. Windows overlook the city. Bookshelves line one wall. And there he is. Dominic Daniels. He's tall, imposing. His presence fills the room, but his eyes are calm, almost gentle. "Ms. Monroe," he says. "Thank you for coming." His voice is warm, not threatening. I don't know what to say. Then I see her, Amara, sitting in a chair by the window. She's even more pregnant than I remembered. Her face is serene. She looks at me, and she smiles slightly. Sarah felt her throat tighten. "Please," Dominic says. "Sit." I sink into the offered chair. My legs won't hold me anymore. Dominic sits across from me, leans forward. His hands are folded. "I know you're scared," he says. "I can see it, but you don't need to be." "I'm sorry," I say. The words tumble out. "I'm so sorry. I don't know why I did it. I don't know what's wrong with me." Amara shifts in her chair. "Sarah," she says. Her voice is soft, kind. "May I call you Sarah?" I nod. "We didn't ask you here to punish you," she says. "We asked you here because we believe in second chances." Her eyes found mine. They're warm, understanding. "Everyone makes mistakes," Amara continues. "Everyone has bad days. Bad years, even. But I hurt you," I say. "I was cruel. For no reason." "There's always a reason," Dominic says. "Maybe not a good one, but there's always something underneath." He's right. I know he's right. The grief I've been carrying, the loneliness, the exhaustion, all of it came out on a stranger who didn't deserve it. "We have a charity gala in 2 days," Dominic says. "We'd like you to attend." I stare at him. "What?" "Come to our event," Amara says. "Help us serve. Meet the people we work with. Let them meet you." "Why would you want that?" I ask. "Because shame doesn't heal anyone," Amara says. "But service does. Connection does." Something shifts in her expression. She touches her belly. "I almost lost a baby 2 years ago," she says. "I know what it's like to feel broken, to feel like you've failed everyone, including yourself." Sarah's breath caught. She's opening up to me. "After what I did. So we're offering you something," Dominic says. "Not punishment. Reconciliation." "I don't deserve it," I whisper. "None of us deserve grace," Amara says. "But we receive it anyway. That's what makes it grace." I don't know what to say. My eyes fill with tears. "Think about it," Dominic says gently. "We'll send you the details." He stands. So does Amara, more slowly. The meeting is over. I walk toward the door in a daze. "Sarah," Amara calls. I turn back. She's smiling, a real smile, full of warmth I don't understand. "Thank you for coming," she says. That took courage. I leave the building, stand on the sidewalk. My phone is in my hand. I call Ruth. "Are you okay?" she asks immediately. "Did they hurt you?" "No," I say. My voice sounds strange. "They forgave me." "What?" "They forgave me, Ruth. They want me at their charity gala." Ruth is silent for a long moment. "I don't understand." "Neither do I say. But as I walk to my car, something inside me has shifted. For the first time in 6 years, I feel something other than emptiness. Hope. Small and fragile. But there, Sarah felt something inside her chest loosen. Just a little. Maybe this isn't the end. Maybe it's the beginning of something else entirely. The next 2 days pass in a blur. I stand in front of my closet trying to decide what to wear to a charity gala. Everything I own feels wrong. Too casual. Too formal. Too much like the person who poured water on a pregnant woman. I settle on a simple black dress. Nothing fancy. I'm not going as a guest anyway. Ruth calls 3 times. "Are you sure about this?" "No," I say. "But I'm going." The gala is at a downtown hotel. I arrive early as instructed. My hands are shaking as I walk through the entrance. A woman with a clipboard meets me. Her name tag says Alina. "You must be Sarah," she says. Her smile is genuine. "Welcome. We're so glad you're here." She leads me to a back room where other volunteers are gathered. They're setting up donation tables, arranging programs. Everyone is kind. No one mentions the video. No one stares. Sarah felt something shift inside her. Relief, maybe. "You'll be helping with registration," Elena says. "Just checking people in, giving them their table numbers." Simple enough. I can do this. The guests begin arriving at 6. Elegant dresses, expensive suits. but their faces are warm, open. I check names, hand out programs, smile when I remember how. Then I see them. Dominic and Amara entering through the main doors. She's wearing a flowing blue dress that makes her glow. He's in a dark suit. They move through the crowd together. People gravitate toward them. There's something magnetic about their presence. Amara sees me, waves slightly, mouths, "Thank you for coming." Sarah's chest tightened. She really means it. The program begins. Speeches about the foundation's work, videos of families they've helped, children who found new paths. I watch from the side. These people are changing lives, real lives, and I poured water on one of them. Then Dominic approaches the podium. The room quiets. "Tonight is about second chances," he says. His voice carries. "I know something about those. I was in prison 8 years. I hurt people, broke laws, destroyed trust." The room is silent, everyone listening. "But someone gave me grace," Dominic continues. "Someone believed I could be more than my worst mistake." His eyes find Amara. She smiles at him. "We all need that," he says. "Every single one of us." He pauses, looks toward where I'm standing. "Tonight, we have someone here who made a mistake," he says. "A very public one. She hurt my wife, and she's here to make amends." My heart stops. "Sarah Monroe," Dominic says. "Would you come up here, please?" Sarah felt sick. Every eye in the room turns toward me, but Amara is nodding, encouraging me. I walk forward. My legs barely work. The stage seems miles away. Dominic offers his hand, helps me up the steps. The audience is a sea of faces, hundreds of people. Sarah has something she'd like to say. Dominic says gently, "If that's okay?" He hands me the microphone, steps back. I look at Amara. She's sitting in the front row now. Her hands rest on her belly. "I'm sorry," I say. My voice cracks. "I am so sorry." The silence stretched. No one moves. "I was cruel to Mrs. Daniels," I continue. "I poured water on her deliberately, out of anger, out of bitterness, out of everything wrong inside me." Tears start falling. I can't stop them. "I've been angry for a long time," I say. "At the world, at God, at myself. And I took it out on someone who didn't deserve it." Amara stands, walks toward the stage. Dominic helps her up the steps. She comes to me, takes my hand. "Forgiveness heals more than punishment ever will," she says. Her voice is clear, strong. She squeezes my hand, looks out at the audience. "We've all hurt someone," Amara says. "We've all had moments we regret. That's what makes us human. What matters is what we do next." The audience begins to applaud, softly at first, then louder. Amara puts her arm around my shoulders. We stand there together. Sarah's breath caught. I don't deserve this kindness, but maybe that's the point. After the speeches, I work the serving line, handing out desserts, pouring coffee. An older woman smiles at me. "That took courage," she says. "Going up there." "I owed them that much," I say. "You owe yourself that much," she says. "Healing isn't just for the people we hurt." Her words stay with me. At the end of the night, I'm helping clean up, stacking chairs, collecting trash. Dominic finds me in the hallway. "Sarah, can we talk?" We sit in a quiet corner. He leans forward. His eyes are serious but kind. "How do you feel?" he asks. "Exhausted," I say honestly. "Grateful, confused." "That sounds about right," he says. He almost smiles. "Why did you do this?" I ask. "Really? Why forgive me?" Dominic is quiet for a moment. "Because someone forgave me once, when I didn't deserve it. And that changed everything." His voice was gentle, full of truth. "We're starting a new mentorship program," he says, "for people who've lost their way. Would you be interested in helping?" "I don't know anything about mentoring," I say. "You know about pain," Dominic says. "You know about making mistakes. That's more valuable than you think." He hands me a card. "Come by next week. See if it's something you'd like to do." I take the card, read it. Sarah Monroe, Volunteer Coordinator. My name. Like I already belong. "Think about it," Dominic says. "No pressure." But I already know my answer. The following Tuesday, I walk into the foundation building. Elena meets me with that same warm smile. "Ready for your first day?" she asks. As ready as I'll ever be, I say. She leads me to a large room. Tables are set up with donation boxes, clothes, toys, food. We sort donations for families in need, Elena explains. Single mothers mostly. People transitioning from incarceration, refugees. I start sorting, clothes in one pile, toys in another. It's simple work, mindless, but it feels good, like I'm building something instead of breaking it. A woman comes in around noon. She's younger than me, maybe 30. Her face is hard, but her eyes are tired. This is Carmen, Elena says. She's one of our success stories. Carmen shakes my hand. Her grip is firm. Success is a strong word. Carmen helps run our support groups, Elena says, for women coming out of the system. The system? I ask. Prison, Carmen says flatly. I did 4 years. Got out last spring. Sarah felt something inside her soften. This woman knows about second chances, too. Sarah's new, Elena says. She's going to help with mentoring. Carmen looks at me. Really looks. You done time? No, I say. Just done other things I regret. Carmen nods slowly. We all got something. After Elena leaves, Carmen and I work side by side. She's efficient, quick, but careful with each item. What were you in for? I ask. Then immediately regret it. Sorry, that's too personal. Drug possession, Carmen says. 3rd strike. But I was really in for being stupid, for trusting the wrong people. She holds up a small jacket, studies it. My daughter would have liked this. Would have? I ask gently. She lives with my mom now, Carmen says. Her voice is flat, controlled. I lost custody. Still fighting to get her back. Sarah's throat tightened. This woman has lost so much. How old is she? 7. Haven't seen her in 3 months. Carmen puts the jacket in the donation pile, moves to the next box. The Daniels are helping me, she says. Paying for my lawyer, helping me get a job. A real one. They're good people, I say. Yeah. Carmen looks at me. So why'd you dump water on Mrs. Daniels? The question is direct. No judgment. Just curiosity. I was angry, I say. At everything. At nothing. I don't really know. Fair enough, Carmen says. Anger makes you do stupid things. We work in silence for a while, but it's comfortable. 2 broken people sorting donations. You ever talk to anyone? Carmen asks. About the anger? Like a therapist? Like anyone, friend, pastor, stranger on a bus. I shake my head. Not really. My husband died 6 years ago. I never really dealt with it. Carmen stops working, looks at me. I'm sorry. Me too, I say. It gets better, Carmen says. Her voice is soft now. Slowly, but it does. How do you know? Because I'm still here, she says. Still trying. That's something. Sarah felt something inside her chest loosen. She's right. Over the next week, I come to the foundation every day, sorting donations, serving meals, talking with people. Each person has a story. Each story is full of pain and hope tangled together. I start to see myself in them, the mistakes, the regrets, the desperate wish for another chance. One evening, I'm locking up when Amara appears. She's moving more slowly now. The pregnancy is taking its toll. Sarah, she says, do you have a minute? We sit in the empty dining area. She pours herself water, offers me some. How are you finding the work? She asks. Hard, I say honestly. But good. Really good. Amara smiles. Hard and good usually go together. She sips her water, touches her belly when the baby kicks. Can I ask you something? I say. Of course. Why do you do this? I ask. You have money, comfort. You could do anything. Why this? Amara is quiet for a moment. Her eyes found mine. Because I know what it's like to be judged, she says. To be defined by someone else's choices. Because of your husband? I ask carefully. Because of everything, she says. My past. His past. The life we came from. She looks down at her hands. People see us and make assumptions. They think we're trying to buy redemption. Are you? I ask. Then immediately regret it. I'm sorry. That was rude. No, Amara says. It's honest. And the answer is no. We're not buying anything. We're just trying to be better than we were. Her voice was steady. full of conviction. I lost a baby 2 years ago, she says. We were so excited, so ready. And then one day there was no heartbeat. Sarah's breath caught. The pain in her voice is raw. For months, I blamed myself, Amara continues. Blamed God, blamed Dominic's past, blamed everything. What changed? I ask. I realized I had a choice, she says. I could let the grief consume me, or I could use it to understand other people's grief. She places her hand over mine. That's what you're doing too, whether you know it or not. Tears fill my eyes. I don't feel like I'm doing anything. You're here, Amara says. You're showing up. That's everything. We sit in comfortable silence for a while. Just two women who've known loss. I'm afraid, Amara says suddenly. About this baby. About losing her too. Her? I ask. Amara smiles. We're having a girl. We haven't told anyone yet. That's wonderful, I say. And I mean it. It is, Amara says. But I'm terrified. Every day, every moment. Her eyes fill with tears. What if I lose her too? What if something goes wrong? I don't know what to say, so I just hold her hand. You're going to be a wonderful mother, I finally say. I can see that. Thank you, Amara whispers. We sit there as the evening light fades. Two women bound by pain and grace. That night, I dream of Michael for the first time in months. We're at the beach, our favorite spot. He's laughing, running into the waves. Come on, Sarah, he calls. The water's perfect. I run after him. The sand is warm under my feet. The sun is bright. He catches me, spins me around. His eyes crinkle when he smiles. I love you, he says. I love you too, I say. Then the scene shifts. Suddenly we're in a car. Michael is driving. I'm in the passenger seat. Headlights appear. Too bright, too close. The crash is deafening. I wake up gasping, tears streaming down my face. Sarah felt her chest tighten. The grief is still there. Always there. I get out of bed, walk to the window. The city lights blur through my tears. Michael died because a teenager was drunk. Because someone made a choice that ended my husband's life. I've never forgiven that kid. Never even tried. He wrote me a letter from juvenile detention. I burned it without reading it. He's 23 now, out living his life, while Michael is gone. The anger rises again, hot and familiar. But then I think of Amara, of Dominic, of Carmen. They've all been forgiven for things that mattered, that hurt people. Maybe it's time I tried too. I sit at my kitchen table, write 3 words on a piece of paper. I forgive you. I stare at them. They feel like a lie. But maybe forgiveness starts as a lie you tell until it becomes truth. Maybe. The next few weeks pass quickly. I fall into a rhythm. Mornings at the foundation. Afternoons mentoring. Evenings processing everything. Carmen and I grow closer. She tells me about her daughter. About the custody battle. About learning to trust again. My lawyer thinks I have a good shot, she says one afternoon. Thanks to the Daniels' support. That's wonderful, I say. Yeah, she smiles. Actually smiles. Maybe I'll get to be a real mom again. Sarah felt proud. Of her. Of this work. Of something. Amara's due date approaches. She's exhausted but glowing. Dominic barely leaves her side. 2 more weeks, she tells me. I can't believe it. Are you still afraid? I ask. Terrified, she says. But also ready. Does that make sense? Perfect sense, I say. We're having lunch in her office. She moves slowly. Everything takes effort now. I have something to ask you, Amara says. Okay. When the baby comes, she says. Would you visit us? At the hospital? Sarah's breath caught. You want me there? I do, Amara says. Her eyes find mine. You're my friend, Sarah, and I want my friends to meet my daughter. Tears fill my eyes. I'd be honored. Good, Amara says. She squeezes my hand. Maybe God sat us next to each other for a reason. I think she might be right. One morning, I wake up to my phone buzzing. Text after text. Call after call. Something's wrong. I check social media. My stomach drops. Daniels Foundation accused of money laundering. The headline is everywhere. A blogger claims to have leaked documents, bank statements, wire transfers, all pointing to illegal activity. and buried in the article is my name. Sarah Monroe, former flight attendant, new volunteer. Sources suggest Monroe may have provided insider access. Sarah felt sick. I call the foundation. No answer. I call Dominic's number, straight to voicemail. I drive to the building. Reporters swarm the entrance. Cameras flash. I can't get close. My phone rings. The airline. Ms. Monroe, Margaret says. We need to suspend you again, pending investigation of these allegations. I didn't do anything, I say. I want to believe you, Margaret says. But until this is resolved, you're suspended. The call ends. I sit in my car. Reporters tap on my window. Cameras point at me. I manage to drive away, back to my apartment, my refuge. But there's no refuge from this. The accusations pile up online. People who defended me before now call me a con artist, a thief. Carmen texts, "This is BS. We know you didn't do it. But what if no one else believes that?" I try calling Amara. Her phone goes to voicemail. Same with Dominic. The reporters are probably camping outside their house. They can't get through. Sarah felt something inside her break, just when things were getting better. I spend the day alone, watching the story spiral, watching my name get dragged through the mud again. By evening, I'm numb, empty. I walk to the park near my apartment, sit on a bench, watch the sunset. Maybe this is what I deserve. Maybe redemption was never really mine. The rain starts, soft at first, then harder. I don't move, let it soak through my clothes. Sarah? I look up. A woman I don't recognize stands there, holding an umbrella. You're Sarah Monroe, right? She asks. Yes, I say. I'm a reporter. Can I ask you? No, I say. Just leave me alone, please. She hesitates, then walks away. The rain intensifies. I stay on the bench. Too tired to move, too defeated to care. My phone buzzes. I almost ignore it, but something makes me look. A voicemail, from Amara's number. I play it with shaking hands. Her voice is weak, panicked. Sarah, she says. Sarah, I need help. My water just broke. Dominic's not here. He's at the lawyer's office. I can't reach him. I don't know what to do. Please, if you get this, please come. The message ends. Sarah's breath caught. I'm already running to my car. The rain pounds against the windshield. The roads are slick, dangerous. But I drive faster. Amara needs me. That's all that matters. Nothing else matters at all. The Daniels mansion looms through the rain. Every light is on. The gate stands open. I abandon my car in the driveway. Run to the front door. It's unlocked. Amara, I call. Here. Her voice comes from upstairs. Weak. Strained. I take the stairs 2 at a time. Find her in the master bedroom. She's doubled over, clutching her belly. Sarah, she gasps. Thank God. Her water has broken. She's soaked. Shaking. Okay, I say. Okay. We're going to the hospital. Can you walk? I don't know, she says. The contractions are close. Really close. Sarah felt her heart race. This is happening fast. Too fast. I help her stand. She leans heavily on me. We make it down the stairs slowly. Each contraction stops us. Amara grips my arm, breathes through the pain. You're doing great, I say. Just breathe. We reach my car. I help her into the passenger seat, buckle her in. Dominic, she says. I need Dominic. I'll call him from the car, I say. Right now, we need to move. I run around to the driver's side, start the engine, pull out of the driveway. The rain is torrential. Visibility is terrible, but I push forward. My hands grip the wheel. The road ahead blurs. How far apart are the contractions? I ask. 3 minutes, Amara says. Maybe less. That's close. Too close. I dial Dominic's number on speaker. It rings and rings. Come on, I whisper. Pick up. Voicemail. Dominic, it's Sarah Monroe. Amara's in labor. We're heading to Metropolitan Hospital. Get there as fast as you can. I end the call. Focus on the road. Amara moans. Another contraction. Her hand finds mine. Squeezes hard. You've got this, I say. We're almost there. But we're not. The hospital is still 15 minutes away. In this rain, maybe 20. The car hydroplanes slightly. My heart jumps. But I maintain control. Sarah's breath caught. Please let us make it. Tell me something, Amara says. Her voice is strained. Distract me. What do you want to know? Your husband, she says. What was his name? Michael, I say. Tell me about him. I haven't talked about Michael in years. Not really, but Amara needs the distraction. He was funny, I say. Always making jokes, even bad ones. Amara manages a small smile through the pain. He loved the beach, I continue. We used to go every summer, just sit and watch the waves. That sounds perfect, Amara says. It was, I say. My throat tightens. He made everything perfect. Another contraction hits. Amara cries out. I press the gas pedal harder. The hospital sign appears through the rain. Almost there. I pull up to the emergency entrance. Slam on the brakes. Stay here, I say. I'll get help. I run inside. Find a nurse. I need a wheelchair. Pregnant woman in labor. The nurse moves fast. Grabs a wheelchair. Follows me outside. Together we help Amara into the chair. She's pale. Sweating. But she's conscious. You're okay, I tell her. You're going to be okay. They wheel her inside. I follow, running beside the chair. Contractions are 2 minutes apart, the nurse says. We need to get her upstairs now. They push through double doors, into the elevator, up to the labor and delivery floor. A doctor meets us, checks Amara quickly. Her face is serious. We need to prep for delivery, she says. This baby is coming fast. They wheel Amara into a delivery room. I start to follow, but a nurse stops me. Are you family? She asks. I'm her friend, I say. I'm sorry. Only family in the delivery room. Please, Amara says from inside. I want her with me. Until my husband gets here. The nurse looks uncertain, then nods. Okay, but you'll need to step out when he arrives. I enter the room. They're hooking Amara up to monitors, IVs. Everything beeps and hums. Amara reaches for my hand. I take it. Hold tight. Thank you for coming, she whispers. Where else would I be? I say. The doctor examines her again, frowns slightly. What? Amara asks. What's wrong? The baby's heart rate is dropping, the doctor says. We need to monitor this closely. Sarah felt something inside her chest tighten. No, please no. Is she going to be okay? Amara asks. Her voice trembles. We're going to do everything we can, the doctor says. But we may need to do an emergency C-section. Amara starts crying. I can't lose her. I can't lose another baby. You won't, I say. Even though I don't know. Even though I'm scared too. She's going to be fine. But the monitors tell a different story. The baby's heart rate dips. Recovers. Dips again. We need to prep for surgery, the doctor says. Now. Everything happens fast. Nurses swarm. They're moving Amara's bed, rolling her toward the OR. I need you to wait outside, the doctor tells me. No, Amara says. Please. I'm scared. I know, the doctor says gently. But I need to focus on you and your baby. Your friend can wait right outside. They wheel her through another set of doors. They close behind her. I stand in the hallway, alone, shaking. Sarah's breath caught. This can't happen. Not to her. I find the waiting area. Sink into a plastic chair. My clothes are still wet from the rain. I don't care. All I can think about is Amara. About that baby. About losing them both. The memories flood back. The hospital 6 years ago. The police officer's face. The doctor's words. I'm sorry, Mrs. Monroe. We did everything we could. Michael was gone. Just like that. One moment alive. The next, nothing. I couldn't save him. I wasn't even there. But I brought Amara here. I got her help. That has to count for something. My hands are clasped, pressed together so hard they hurt. I don't pray often. Haven't in years. But I pray now. Please, I whisper. Please don't take her. Don't take that baby. They're good people. They deserve this. The silence stretched. No answer comes. Just the hum of fluorescent lights. An hour passes. Then another. No word. I pace the waiting room. Check my phone. Nothing from Dominic. Where is he? Finally, I see him, running down the hallway. His face is frantic. Where is she? He asks. Where's Amara? Surgery, I say. Emergency C-section. The baby's heart rate was dropping. His face goes white. Is she okay? Are they okay? I don't know, I say. They haven't told me anything. Dominic sinks into a chair, puts his head in his hands. Sarah felt something inside her break. This strong man reduced to fear. I sit beside him. Don't say anything. Just sit. I wasn't there, he says. His voice was broken. She needed me and I wasn't there. You're here now, I say. That's what matters. What if I lose them? He asks. What if I lose both of them? You won't, I say, even though I don't know. Amara is strong. That baby is strong. He looks at me. His eyes are filled with tears. Thank you, he says, for getting her here, for being there. She's my friend. I say simply. We wait together, two people bound by fear and hope. Finally, a doctor emerges, still in surgical scrubs. She pulls down her mask. Mr. Daniels? She asks. Dominic jumps up. Yes, that's me. The surgery was successful, she says. Your wife is stable, and you have a beautiful baby girl. Sarah's breath caught. Relief floods through me so fast I almost collapse. Dominic starts crying. Actually crying. They're okay? They're really okay? They're perfect, the doctor says. She's smiling. Your daughter is healthy. 7 pounds. 3 ounces. Your wife came through beautifully. Can I see them? Dominic asks. They're in recovery. Give us about 20 minutes. Then you can go in. The doctor leaves. Dominic turns to me, pulls me into a hug. She's okay, he says. They're both okay. I'm crying too. I can't help it. Relief, joy, everything mixed together. What are you going to name her? I ask. Dominic pulls back, wipes his eyes. Grace, he says. We're naming her Grace. Something shifts in his expression. He looks at me carefully. Grace Sarah Daniels, he says. If that's okay with you. My throat tightens. You can't do that. I don't deserve. You saved my wife, Dominic says. His voice is firm. You saved my daughter. You absolutely deserve it. Sarah felt something inside her chest crack open. Years of grief, years of shame, all of it pouring out. I can't speak, can only cry. Dominic puts his hand on my shoulder. Thank you, Sarah, for everything. 20 minutes later, they let him go back. I stay in the waiting room, but I don't feel alone anymore. A week passes. The news breaks. The foundation has been cleared of all charges. The real culprit was a former employee, someone Dominic fired months ago for theft. He fabricated the documents, leaked them to the press. The police arrested him. The charges are serious. Dominic calls a press conference. I watch it from my apartment. He stands at a podium, Amara beside him, baby Grace in her arms. The accusations against our foundation were false, Dominic says, completely fabricated by someone seeking revenge. Reporters shout questions. Cameras flash. But that's not what I want to talk about, Dominic continues. I want to talk about Sarah Monroe. My heart stops. Sarah was accused alongside us, Dominic says. Her name was dragged through the mud, her reputation destroyed. Again, he looks directly into the camera. Sarah Monroe is an innocent woman. More than that, she's a hero. The room quiets. Last week, Sarah saved my wife's life, Dominic says. She drove through a storm, got her to the hospital, stayed with her through emergency surgery. Amara is crying, holding Grace closer. Without Sarah, I might have lost both of them, Dominic says. His voice cracks. So, I want to say publicly, thank you, Sarah. And I'm sorry for what you've endured. Sarah's breath caught. He's apologizing. To me. The press conference continues. But I turn off the TV. My phone rings immediately. Margaret from the airline. Sarah, she says. I saw the news. I'm so sorry. We're reinstating you immediately. Full back pay. Thank you, I say. The airline would also like to make a formal apology, she continues. Publicly, if you're willing. That's not necessary, I say. I just want to move forward. Are you sure? I'm sure. The call ends. My phone buzzes with messages, texts, emails, all apologies, all support. The internet has shifted. I'm no longer the villain. I'm the attendant who redeemed herself, but I don't feel redeemed by their approval. I feel redeemed by something else entirely. That weekend, I drive to the cemetery. It's a beautiful day. Sunny, warm. I haven't been here in 3 years. Couldn't face it. But today I can. Michael's grave is under a large oak tree. The stone is simple. His name, his dates. Beloved husband. I kneel down, place fresh lilies against the headstone. Hi, I say. My voice is soft. It's been a while. The breeze rustles the leaves. Birds sing somewhere nearby. I've been angry, I say, for so long. At the kid who hit you, at God, at myself. Tears start falling, but they don't hurt like they used to. I never forgave him, I say. That teenager. He wrote me a letter and I burned it. I trace Michael's name with my finger. But I think it's time. I think I need to. Sarah felt something inside her chest loosen. Finally. I met someone, I say. A woman named Amara. She taught me about grace, about second chances. The sun breaks through the branches, lights up the grave. She forgave me for something terrible, I continue, and it changed everything. I sit in the grass. Let the sun warm my face. I'm going to write to him, I say, to the kid who caused the accident. I'm going to tell him I forgive him. Saying it out loud makes it real, possible. I think you'd want me to, I say. You always forgave everyone, even when they didn't deserve it. I stay there for an hour, talking, crying, remembering. When I leave, I feel lighter, like I've finally put down something heavy. The drive home is peaceful. For the first time in years, I feel at peace. 2 weeks later, I'm back at the airline. But things are different now. Margaret calls me into her office. We'd like to offer you full-time again, with a promotion. Thank you, I say. But I'd like to go part-time instead. She looks surprised. Part-time? I'm working at the Daniels Foundation, I explain. Mentoring youth. I want to keep doing that. Margaret smiles. That sounds perfect. Part-time it is. I work 3 days a week on flights, the other 4 at the foundation. The balance feels right, necessary. At the foundation, I lead support groups, work with troubled teens, share my story. I made mistakes, I tell them. Big ones, public ones. But mistakes don't define us. What we do next does. Carmen got custody of her daughter back. I was there when they reunited. The little girl ran into Carmen's arms. "Mommy," Carmen cried. I cried. Everyone cried. "Thank you," Carmen said to me later, "for believing in me." "You did this yourself," I said. "I just walked beside you." Her eyes found mine. Sometimes that's all we need. Someone to walk beside us. 3 months after Grace is born, the Daniels invite me to dinner. I arrive at their home with a small gift. A children's book about redemption. Dominic opens the door. "Sarah, come in." The house smells like home cooking. Music plays softly. I hear baby sounds from somewhere upstairs. Amara appears holding Grace. The baby has grown so much. Her eyes are bright, alert. "Sarah," Amara says. She hugs me with one arm. "We're so glad you're here." Grace reaches for me, opens and closes her tiny fist. "Can I hold her?" I ask. "Of course," Amara says. She places Grace carefully in my arms. Sarah felt something inside her heart expand. This tiny life, this miracle. Grace looks at me, studies my face, then smiles. "She likes you," Dominic says. "I like her too," I say. I kiss her soft forehead. "Hi, Grace. Hi, sweet girl." We eat dinner together. Pasta, salad, fresh bread. Simple food but made with love. Grace sits in her high chair, grabbing at everything, making baby noises. "She's got your determination," I tell Amara. Amara laughs. "And Dominic's stubbornness." "That's a dangerous combination," Dominic says. But he's smiling. After dinner, we sit in the living room. Grace falls asleep in my arms. "We have something for you," Amara says. She hands me an envelope. I open it carefully. Inside is a card and a photo. The photo is of all 4 of us, taken at the hospital. Me holding Grace. Amara and Dominic on either side. "A family of the heart," the inscription reads. Sarah's breath caught. I can't find words. "You're part of this family now," Dominic says. His voice was gentle. "Always. Grace has 2 mothers," Amara adds. "Me by birth, you by grace." I start crying. Can't help it. These people have given me everything. "Thank you," I whisper, "for forgiving me, for believing in me." "Thank you for showing up," Amara says. for being brave enough to change. We sit together as the evening light fades. Dominic says a prayer before I leave. Thank you, God, for second chances, he says. For redemption. For this family you've built from broken pieces. Amen, we all say. As I drive home, I think about the journey. Where I started. Where I am now. Sarah felt grateful. Deeply, completely grateful. 1 year later, I'm preparing for my last flight. I'm retiring early. 50 years old and ready for something new. Full-time work at the foundation. Full-time purpose. Lisa helps me pack my locker. You're really doing this? I am, I say. It's time. You'll be missed, she says. You've changed so much this year. I had good teachers, I say. The flight is New York to Miami. Full circle, same route as that day. I board the plane. Look around at the familiar space. This has been my life for 23 years. But it's not anymore. And that's okay. Passengers board, families, business travelers, an elderly couple struggling with their bags. I help them immediately, with a genuine smile. Thank you, dear, the woman says. You're very kind. My pleasure, I say. And I mean it. We reach cruising altitude. I do one last beverage service. One last safety check. Everything feels different now. Lighter. More meaningful. A young mother sits in seat 2A. She has a baby, maybe 6 months old. The baby is crying. The mother looks exhausted, overwhelmed. I stop at her row. Can I help? She looks up gratefully. Could you hold her for just a minute? I need to find her pacifier. Of course, I say. I take the baby gently, rock her softly. She quiets almost immediately. The mother finds the pacifier. Thank you so much. You're a lifesaver. We all need help sometimes, I say. I hand the baby back. You're doing great. Her eyes fill with tears. Thank you for saying that. Sarah felt something inside her warm. This is what it's all about. After we land, I take off my uniform for the last time, fold it carefully. Lisa hugs me goodbye. Stay in touch. Always, I promise. I walk through the airport one final time. Look out the window at the runway. The planes take off one by one, rising into the golden sunset. I think about Amara's words. You didn't pour water, Sarah. You poured grace. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's what we're all called to do. Pour grace. Receive grace. Live in grace. The sun sets fully. The sky turns orange and pink. I walk toward the exit, toward whatever comes next. But I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not empty anymore. I'm finally, completely at peace. I sit at my kitchen table with morning coffee. Sunlight streams through the window. The apartment feels different now, warmer somehow. A photo sits on the table. Me, Amara, Dominic, and Grace at last month's foundation gala. We're all smiling. A real family. I trace the frame with my finger. Think about how far I've come, how much has changed. A year ago I was drowning. Now I'm breathing, really breathing. 6 months later, my alarm doesn't go off. I don't need it anymore. I wake naturally at 6. The habit remains even without the early flights. But today feels different. Special. I shower and dress carefully. Simple jeans and a soft blue sweater. Nothing fancy. Just comfortable. Today is the Foundation's first annual mentorship graduation. 12 young people completing the program. Carmen and I worked with them all year. My phone buzzes. A text from Carmen. Ready for today? Our kids are graduating. I smile. Our kids. That's how we think of them now. Ready, I text back. See you at 9. I make breakfast. Scrambled eggs, toast, orange juice. I eat slowly. Savor each bite. Sarah felt peaceful. Completely peaceful. This apartment used to feel like a prison. Now it feels like a sanctuary. I've added plants, new curtains, pictures on the walls. Pictures of people I love. The Daniels. Carmen and her daughter. My support group members. Michael's photo still sits on my nightstand. But the grief doesn't choke me anymore. I forgave the teenager who caused the accident. Wrote him a letter 6 months ago. He wrote back. His words were full of remorse and gratitude. We met once, at a coffee shop. He's 24 now, sober, working at a youth center. I'm so sorry, he said. His voice was shaking. Every day, I'm sorry. I know, I said. And I forgive you. Truly. He cried. I cried. but it was healing tears, not bitter ones. His name is Marcus. We meet for coffee once a month now. Talk about recovery, redemption, second chances. Michael would have liked him. I'm sure of that. I finish breakfast and head to the foundation. The drive is familiar now, comfortable. The building buzzes with activity. Volunteers setting up chairs, hanging banners. The energy is electric. Elena sees me, waves. Sarah, can you help with the programs? Of course, I say. I spend an hour arranging programs on chairs. Each one has a graduate's name, their story, their accomplishments. These kids have overcome so much. Addiction, homelessness, abuse, prison, and they made it through, with support, with love, with second chances. Carmen arrives with her daughter, Sophia. The little girl runs to me. Miss Sarah! I scoop her up, spin her around. Hi, sweet girl! Sophia giggles, wraps her arms around my neck. Are you coming to my birthday party? Wouldn't miss it, I say. Carmen smiles. Her face has changed this year. The hardness is gone, replaced by hope. Thank you, she says. Not for the first time. For what? I ask. For walking beside me, she says. For believing I could do this. Her eyes found mine, full of gratitude. You did it yourself, I say. I just cheered you on. Sometimes that's everything, Carmen says. Guests begin arriving. Families, friends, community members. The auditorium fills with chatter and laughter. Then I see them, Amara and Dominic, Grace in Amara's arms. Grace is walking now, wobbly but determined. She sees me and squeals. Sawa! My heart melts. Every single time. Amara sets her down. Grace toddles toward me, arms outstretched. I catch her, lift her up, kiss her chubby cheek. Hi, Gracie, I say. You're getting so big. Big, Grace repeats. She pats my face with her small hands. Dominic hugs me. How are you feeling? Good, I say. Really good. You should be proud, Amara says. This program changed lives. Sarah felt something inside her chest warm. She's right. The ceremony begins. I sit with the Daniels family, Grace on my lap. She plays with my necklace, babbles softly. Each graduate walks across the stage, receives their certificate, shares their story. Maria, who overcame addiction and reunited with her son. James, who left gang life and now mentors other youth. Terrell, who survived homelessness and just got accepted to community college. Each story is different. Each story is beautiful. When they call my name to speak, I hand Grace to Amara. Walk to the podium. The audience looks at me, expectant, hopeful. A year ago, I made a terrible mistake. I begin. My voice is steady. I hurt someone I didn't know. Out of anger, out of pain, out of everything broken inside me. The room is quiet. Everyone listening. That mistake changed my life, I continue. Not because of the consequences, but because of the grace I received afterward. I look at Amara. She's smiling, encouraging. These graduates know about mistakes, I say. They know about falling down, about feeling hopeless, about thinking they don't deserve a second chance. Sarah's breath caught, but not from fear, from emotion. But they also know about grace, I say, about people who believe in them, about getting back up, about becoming more than their worst moment. I look at each graduate. I'm so proud of you, not because you're perfect, but because you kept trying. That's courage. That's strength. That's everything. The audience applauds. The graduates stand. Some are crying. I return to my seat. Grace reaches for me immediately. I take her, hold her close. That was beautiful, Amara whispers. After the ceremony, there's a reception. Food, music, celebration. I watch the graduates with their families. The joy on their faces. The hope in their eyes. Carmen finds me. We did good, she says. We really did, I agree. Next year's group is already signing up, she says. 15 kids so far. That's amazing, I say. You're amazing, Carmen says. Her voice was soft, sincere. We're all just doing our best, I say. Your best is pretty damn good, she says, then laughs. Sorry, I'm still working on the language. I laugh too. I think damn is acceptable for today. As the sun sets, families begin leaving. Hugs, promises to stay in touch. Photos. The Daniels stay until the end, helping clean up, stacking chairs. Dominic and I work side by side. Thank you for everything you do here, he says. Thank you for giving me the chance, I say. We gave you an opportunity, he says. You gave us your heart. That's worth so much more. Something shifts in his expression. Serious now. Amara and I have been talking, he says. We want to make you associate director. Officially. Sarah felt surprised. What? You're already doing the work, Dominic says. You should have the title and the salary. I don't need... Everyone needs to be valued, he interrupts gently. Let us value you properly. Tears fill my eyes. Okay, I whisper. Thank you. He hugs me. No, thank you. That evening, the four of us, me, Amara, Dominic, and Grace, have dinner at their home. Nothing fancy, just spaghetti, salad, garlic bread. But it's perfect. Grace sits in her high chair, smashing pasta with her hands, getting sauce everywhere. She's going to need a bath, Amara says. But she's laughing. She's having fun, I say. That's what matters. After dinner, we sit in the living room. Grace plays on the floor, building towers with blocks, knocking them down. Remember when you first came here? Amara asks. You were so scared. Terrified, I admit. Look at us now, she says. Her eyes find mine. Family. Family, I repeat. The word feels right. True. Dominic brings out coffee. We sit together as evening light fades through the windows. We should say grace, Dominic suggests. If that's okay. We hold hands, form a circle. Even Grace puts her little hand in mine. Thank you, God. Dominic begins. His voice is quiet, reverent. For second chances. For forgiveness. For the family you've built from broken pieces. Thank you for bringing Sarah to us, Amara adds. For her courage, her kindness, her open heart. Sarah's throat tightened. These people love me. Really love me. Thank you for teaching me about grace, I say. My voice cracks. For showing me that mistakes don't define us. That love is stronger than shame. Amen, we say together. Grace claps her hands. Amen. We laugh. The sound fills the room. Warm. Genuine. Full of joy. I stay until Grace's bedtime. Help Amara put her down. We stand over the crib. Watch her sleep. She's so peaceful, I whisper. She knows she's loved, Amara says. That's everything. We walk downstairs together. Dominic has my coat ready. Same time next week? He asks. Wouldn't miss it, I say. They walk me to the door, hug me goodbye, tell me they love me. I drive home through quiet streets. The city is settling down for the night. When I reach my apartment, I don't feel lonely. I feel full, complete. I change into pajamas, make tea, sit on the couch with Michael's photo. I'm okay now, I tell him. Finally okay. I trace his face with my finger. Thank you for loving me, for teaching me what love looks like. The silence stretched, but it's comfortable, peaceful. I think about the journey, the mistake, the shame, the grace. All of it led here, to this moment, this peace. My phone buzzes. A text from Amara. Grace is asking for Aunt Sarah already. You've got her wrapped around your finger. I smile. Text back a heart emoji. Aunt Sarah. I like that. I love that. I finish my tea, get into bed, pull up the covers. Tomorrow I'll go back to the foundation, work with Carmen, meet with new mentees, pour into other people's lives. But tonight, I rest. Fully. Completely. Sarah felt grateful, deeply grateful for everything. The moon shines through my window. Soft silver light. I close my eyes. Think about grace. How it found me, changed me, healed me. How one terrible moment became the beginning of everything good. I breathe deeply. Let peace wash over me. Thank you. I whisper into the darkness. For Amara. For Dominic. For grace. For second chances. For forgiveness. For love. For finally finding my way home. My breath slows. Sleep comes gently. And for the first time in 6 years, I dream of Michael without pain. We're at the beach again, walking hand in hand. The sun is setting. The waves are gentle. You did good, Sarah, he says. I tried, I say. That's all any of us can do, he says. He smiles, that familiar smile. I'm proud of you. I love you, I say. I love you too, he says. Now go. Live. Be happy. He lets go of my hand, walks toward the water, disappears into the light. I'm not sad. Not anymore. I turn around, walk back up the beach, toward home, toward family, toward Grace. The dream fades. Morning light begins to dawn. I wake slowly, peacefully. A new day, full of purpose, full of love. Sarah felt complete, finally complete. I smile. Everything was finally at peace.